Was a copper scroll found in a cave at Qumran in 1952. When its contents were published 8 years later, it contained an inventory of vast treasures.
In the ruin of Horeba, which is in the valley of Achor, under the steps heading eastward, about 40 feet, lies a chest of silver that weighs 17 talents. In the tomb of the third section of stones, there is 100 gold bars.
The meaning of the copper scroll is a matter of great controversy among scholars. Jones believes it is a treasure map to the golden relics of Solomon's temple.
The copper scroll tells where they hid all the treasures of the temple. And that's what I was looking for, because that's what the Apocrypha said that the scroll contains.
In 1967, at Qumran, Jones tried to pick up Jeremiah's legendary trail using the copper scroll as his treasure map.
The first 10 years I spent trying to find the geographical descriptions that are given in the copper scroll.
Key landmarks from the copper scroll were a dry riverbed, or wadi, called the River of the Dome, and a cave called the Cave of the Column, but neither could be found on any map. Then, after studying an aerial photograph of Qumran, Jones noticed a riverbed with no name.
I went to my mentor, Peshach Baradon, who had written a book on the rivers of the desert. And I took him this aerial photograph and I said, Peshach, here's a river, a wadi. What's the name of this wadi? He looked at it, no, he said, it has no name. He said, it's only a short wadi, it doesn't have a name. So now I have a wadi without a name and a name without a wadi. So put the two together, and I went down and I walked up through this wadi, and as I came around a bend and through a passage, there was a perfect dome above that wadi, the Nahal HaKipah.
Minutes later, Jones found what he believed was a second landmark.
And as I'm walking back toward the sea to my car, I turned back around and looked, and there was a beautiful cave, twin caves, or the Cave of the Column.
Jones was convinced that he had found two clues from the copper scroll, the River of the Dome and the Cave of the Column.
So there you have a X marked the spot, so to speak, and to find that wadi and the Cave of the Column was the big find. I was more excited about that than anything else.
But his search had just begun. For the next 20 years, Jones excavated a number of caves in the hills around Qumran. In April of 1988, his perseverance paid off. Inside a cave, Jones found a small jug of thick oil that he believed to be the holy oil used to anoint the kings of Israel. For Jones's team, it was a crucial discovery. Anointing oil is mentioned in the copper scroll.
We've located three things in the copper scroll that we've been able to locate by using this, if we could call it, a treasure roadmap.
In 1994, ground-penetrating radar yielded the most dramatic results yet.
Very near the cave of where the copper scroll was found. And I'm talking about a matter of maybe 20 feet from where the copper scroll was found, there is a collapsed cave entrance on the ground level that goes and makes a curve back under the cave of the copper scroll. And we've confirmed there is a very large cavity there.
Buried in that cave, Jones believes, might be the end of his lifelong quest. The golden relics of Solomon's temple and the Ark of the Covenant. Jones's theories are unconventional and controversial. He is still waiting for permission from the Israeli Antiquities Authority to continue his excavation. But his lifelong search for the lost golden treasures of Solomon's temple continues. For Jones, finding the Ark would be the most important discovery of all time.
Certainly to find the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle and these things would be something that would be incomparable as far as Troy or King Tut's tomb, because these things will be used again. So not only are we digging up the past, but we may be digging up the future.
The many treasures mentioned in the copper scroll are estimated to add up to as much as 26 tons of gold, about $230 million today.